Boku no Hero Academia, or My Hero Academia in the dub, is the new anime based off the manga by Kohei Horikoshi. This story, following a young boy living in a world full of heroes, with no powers of his own, is a story of an underdog who finally gets his chance to shine. This story quickly grew to critical acclaim, and has become one of the most highly rated anime to come out in recent years. Today, we're going to be looking at the anime and try to find out why this show has become so loved by the anime community. My name's Gio, and this is the FailTrain Breakdown.
1, 2, 3, go!
Boku no Hero Academia started its life first as a manga created by author Kohei Horikoshi, and debuted to the world on the Weekly Shonen Jump in July of 2014, getting its first English release in August of 2015. People quickly jumped onto the story, and the manga was nominated for the 8th Manga Taisho in 2015. Naruto writer Masashi Kishimoto praised the work, foreshadowing its success around the world. And he wasn't wrong. The first issue had sold out almost immediately on its first printing. As of March 2017, there are over 10 million copies of My Hero Academia in circulation. The famous Studio Bones, notorious for the original Full Metal Alchemist series, released a trailer for their anime adaptation on October 29th of 2015. The series, like the manga before it, saw massive success both at home and abroad, and in 2016, Season 2 was announced in the 30th Weekly Shonen Jump of the year, premiering in April of 2017. I'll keep the synopsis brief as not to spoil anything, but the story follows a young boy named Izuka Midoriya, who is born into a world where superpowers are a naturally occurring thing. He quickly falls in love with the number one hero, All Might, and aspires to be just like him, only to find out that he himself is one of a small minority of people who don't develop superpowers. Undeterred, he hopes to one day fulfill his dream of becoming a superhero, and when he finally meets face to face with his childhood hero, his life is forever changed by the impromptu meeting. This story is a prime example of how you can take a simple and overused premise like superheroes and really come up with an original and exciting plot to keep your audience entertained. The way Horikoshi sets up the world and the preconceptions that drive the society in it allows for the story to throw anything at you without it seeming cheap or a knockoff of another popular show. The world remains within reality enough that despite heroes who can fly and transform and explode being the normal thing, the unexpected is still there, hiding within the thin wall of limits that the realism left to us provides. This is still a human society, with laws and restrictions, a police force to enforce order, and heroes acting like SWAT teams to keep other powered individuals in check. Kohei works around these concepts to produce a truly original work, one not trying to be too edgy or simplistic. I personally think that one of the major problems in modern anime is the ever-growing need by authors to try and be different or darker than others, killing or hurting their characters and their stories in a vain attempt to seem off the cuff and cool. And although My Hero Academia doesn't fret to go down a dark alley from time to time, it still keeps the enjoyment of the reader and the greater goal of the plot in mind, which is honestly very refreshing to see. I personally have been avoiding a lot of modern anime for this very issue. Looking at you, Awakening the Trailblazer. You know what you did. One of the many issues with some anime is the sacrifice of style for production, or vice versa. Sometimes an anime is produced with lots of changes to the style of the source material, to save time and utilize studio's current artists, rather than retrain or bring on the original artist just to keep certain aspects of that style. On the other end of the spectrum, you have shows which try too hard to keep the exact look and sacrifice production and cut corners with the story to still develop the show on time. The work done by Studio Bones to not only keep the essence of the manga, but also direct the show in a beautiful manner so that it works fluidly in motion is quite honestly astounding. At the end of the day, it just works very well, and you won't be distracted by what's going on due to glaring animation errors. The cast that find themselves surrounding the main character Izuka Midoriya are diverse and well positioned for the roles they play. Although Season 1 primarily focuses on the protagonist and his small supporting cast, Season 2 takes the time to flush out the other members of Midoriya's class of heroes, as well as the teachers who instruct them. The antagonists also get their own time in the spotlight, and the world starts to broaden as the scale moves from one person to the world around them. Character motivations come out in natural ways. People form realistic and somewhat unexpected ideals, and relationships between each person drive their world forward as it does in our own. It's clear that Kohei wanted people and their beliefs to be the engine that drives the plot, and he does an excellent job with both pacing and presentation. Don't be surprised if you find yourself falling for or hating certain people, and don't be surprised when your feelings for these people fall flat on their head. With this show, you want to try your best to not judge a fictional person by their cover. The English dub for My Hero Academia is easily one of my favorites, and one of the best English dubs to come out so far. The voices for each character fit their personality well, and even though some dialogue for the characters may come off as a little cringy due to small differences in language and culture from Japanese to English, the performances and dialogue push past these minor shortcomings and works very well. Now, if you prefer subs to dubs, you'll find the original Japanese sub works fine, but as a native English speaker, I feel you'll be missing out on some truly amazing and emotional deliveries, especially in Season 2 where people really start coming into their own during the fights. The pure emotion in their voices really moved me during the viewing, and gave me flashbacks to other great dubs like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood and Evangelion. I hope some of you subs not dubs out there will consider giving this dub a chance. One of the key features to any action-oriented anime is the music behind it. A single song can define an anime, like Saitama's final fight theme Hero, or Evangelion's heart-gripping orchestrals. My Hero Academia also finds itself with a solid tune which defines it. You Say Run and Season 2's edited version Jet Set Run are the perfect build-up themes that the internet has proven goes with almost anything. With both dialogue and astounding visuals to really immerse you in the moment. Ironically, it sounds very similar to the theme of the infamous Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 game, His World. The theme to the intro, The Day, by Porno Graffiti, is also quite fitting to the underdog theme of the show, and may I recommend Jonathan Young's powerful cover. This is one of the few anime soundtracks I might consider picking up myself. So, final thoughts. All these elements I've spent the last few minutes rambling about come together perfectly to produce a 1 in a million perfect storm of a show. Character drive, musically powered, and meticulously animated, My Hero Academia found the perfect niche in an overpopulated genre, and drove itself to success, not based on luck, not based on sudden surprise or mainstream popularity, but by the work of a dedicated team behind it, and an author who, like Midoriya himself, is worthy of the success he's found. People love this show because it did all these things successfully, and I highly recommend this show to anyone with an interest in action, drama, or a feel-good underdog story. Even if you aren't, this might just be the show to change your mind. I'm not that big of a fan of ratings, but if I had to give this show one, it would be a 9.5 out of 10. Nothing is perfect, but so far, this is as close as we're gonna get. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. This channel is still very small, around 2,000 subs at the time of this video being made, and I could really use any kind of support you guys might be willing to give. If you'd like to financially support the channel, we just opened up our very own Patreon. Supporting us financially will allow us to produce more content with higher production value and a larger variety of topics. Also, if you would like to keep in touch with us, we now have our own Discord channel with a special role for patrons. Links for both the Discord channel and the Patreon are in the description below. As always, my name's Gio, and this